Welcome back to another video, fairies. In this video, I'm going to talk about romances that I liked and didn't like, but you may like. So let's get into the video. The first one we have up is No Ordinary Love. If you enjoyed the movie Beyond the Lights, where there was a pop star and I think he was like just an average Joe and they fell in love, this is the book for you. Ella is a pop star and she is going through this silent divorce from her big music producer husband. He ended up, not being faithful, so they're getting a divorce, but she wanted to keep it on the hush hush. And she ends up getting in contact or doing a deal with an MLB player. He's big time, whatever, super cute, super hot. And their love story is just kind of, generic, really. But it just wasn't for me because it was very predictable. And the spice, I really no spice. The romance for me just wasn't it. The story just wasn't it for me. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't, unpredictable. So if that sounds like something that you want to do or you're into, then this is definitely the book for you. Again, if you enjoy the movie Beyond the Lights, it gives that very much so. The next book I want to talk about is Till Summer Do Us Part. You guys know that I love my Megan Quinn books. She's absolutely amazing. I actually listened to this one on audiobook, so it was pretty funny. It's not like my Kane Brothers series that I absolutely love, but this was one of her more unpopular books, but it was still pretty good. It was pretty funny. Scotty works for this big company and she's surrounded by just a bunch of Brads and Chads, just guys that's already married, and her boss, which is also married, but they're always talking about their marriages, so she feels kind of left out. And she feels kind of left out because her marriage had failed, but no one knows that. So she goes on and tells her boss so she can just like try to fit in. Oh yeah, I'm married, but we're just going through a tough time. Mind you, they had already gotten a divorce, so now she finds herself in a pickle. Like, I just told my boss to fit in that me and my husband are going through a rush, but I ain't got no husband no more. So her boss invites her to this annual retreat that they always go to with the other coworkers and their bosses, because her husband, the boss's husband, is a marriage counselor. So she's trying to find a fake husband. She doesn't know what to do. So one of her friends suggests his brother, and his name is Wilder, and he's kind of like this punkish, kind of living life free, because he's like retired. I'll let you guys figure out how he's retired, what he's done. But he's kind of witty and fun. And they go out to this retreat. Where they have to pretend to be a couple. They have to pretend to hate each other and things like that. So it's kind of fun. It was a good summer read. So if that sounds like something you're into, it was definitely given like a camp summer vibe, and the romance. And of course, the spice is always there with Megan Quinn. So that's definitely a plus. So if you like to laugh, things like that, this was the book for you. Next is the Lost and Found series. Okay, so in this series, it's only about 3 books, but I believe there's 2 more coming because it's based off of 5 friends. And once they all get married, at the end, they're going to tell how they met, because it's some big story. Anyways, the very first book is Where We Found Our Home. This is with Sierra and Lincoln. Sierra is running from her past. She has something that's trying to catch up with her, so she's leaving her friends and her family behind, and she moves to Texas. She spends her time at this bakery shop where she makes friends with this other woman, and her brother comes along, and they start getting acquainted, but then the past catches up to her. So their journey is all about them navigating that and realizing that they actually have feelings for each other. Well, Lincoln always did, but Sierra is trying to keep him away because she doesn't want to drag her baggage into a new relationship and things like that. The chemistry is definitely there between the two, and if you love a good slow burn, this series is for you, because it's all about the slow burns, but like the flirting, the chemistry, it's there. I love slow burns, so this was definitely right up my alley, and that slow burn gradually goes up to the spice, and the spice is definitely worth it if you're into that. It's not overbearing or anything, but it's good. It's good along with a good story, and that's what Natasha Bishop does. Just like Megan Quinn, I absolutely love. Those are my 2 top romance writers, and I love it. But back to Lincoln and Sierra, the way that he shows up for her, it's great. Moving on to the second book of the series, Where We Found Our Heart, Isaiah and Nina. Isaiah is the brother of the first guy in the first book, Lincoln. So this is about their journey, Nina and Isaiah. Nina knows Isaiah because she is also friends with the woman at the bakery, which is Lincoln and Isaiah's sister. So that's how she knows Isaiah. She's always been around him, seen him, thought he was cute, but never really acted on it because she wants to keep it, just so she doesn't mess with her friend's brother and things like that. She runs a bar and everything, and she's also taking care of her sister and her little sister and her little brother because her parents passed. And that's actually an interesting story itself, so I'll let you guys figure that out. But she decides to give in to her temptations and sleep with Isaiah, and that one night stand turns into something that they gotta go on a journey. They gotta go on this journey together, but she's starting to find out things that Isaiah has gone through that's given them a little hiccup in the road. So they just end up kind of trying to figure out how to work together to figure out this whole situation. I think my favorite part in this book was the ending because it's just how everything played out. It was pretty good. I will say this was my second favorite book in the series. I don't know, but I just really want to move on to the third book, which is Where We Found Our Passion. Yes. Okay. Where We Found Our Passion was absolutely amazing. This is the story of Kai and Olivia. So Kai is just the friends of the two brothers. We don't know how they met, but this story starts off with Kai and Olivia knowing each other back when they were kids. They met when they became neighbors, I think in junior high. And they started off as friends, of course, but then they eventually got together, spent high school together. They were going strong. They went to college, but then they broke up in college. And the reason why, I cannot tell you. I just want you to read it so you can come back and tell me what y'all think about it. But they broke up in college and they had to separate. But mind you, Kai has stayed in love with Olivia throughout their whole careers. Something happens in Olivia's career where Kai is immediately in there to step in to help her, and he grasps that opportunity. He could not wait. He was like, yes, this is my chance. I'm going to go get my woman back. And let me tell y'all, he let that be known to her and to everybody, like, I'm not playing with you. I'm not letting you go no more. It ain't happening. And I was like, yes, Kai, I am here for that. I'm here for that. He let it be known, like, you are mine, and you're not going anywhere this time. I let you go once. It ain't happening again. So I absolutely love their story because it showed from the very beginning to the very end, and I was just applaud. I could not put that book down. So yeah, I will say this is it's the third book in a series. It's the third book in a series, and it is absolutely my favorite. I am waiting for the other two. She just came out with another book, so I don't know if she started on it yet. So I am definitely can't wait to eat those up once she's published them. So the Lost and Found series, that is what it's called, and I hope you guys enjoy those as much as I did. I couldn't get enough of it. I read them back to back. I was like, yes, love this. But I can't wait to find out, because in every book she mentions how they cannot tell anybody how they met because it was so funny or something like that. So I can't wait to the very end of the book when they're all married. They agreed that no one can know how they met until they're all married. So I can't wait to the ending, the last book, to figure out how the heck they met. Anyways, let's go on to the next book. So the ACOTAR series. This has been, I want to say that I only read 2 books in the series. I did not make it past the second. I almost DNF'd, but I didn't. I was like, let me just see what the hype is about, because everyone says the second book is where it's at. This was not the case for me. The first book, I was so close to DNFing like 5 times. Kid you not, like 5 times. It was dragging out. There was no excitement. It was boring. I could not get through it, but I'm like, let me do it. And then I switched to, I have the physical copies, but I switched to audiobook. I was like, maybe this will be better. So I listened to the audiobook of the first one. Still not grasping my attention as much. I followed the story. It was just, I was like, okay, where's the excitement, right? So I'm like, okay, I hear the excitement is on the second one. Let's go ahead and just push through on the second one. The second one in the series, A Court of Mist and Fury. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's see what the hype is about. Hype was not there, y'all, okay? I listened to the audiobook and I'm trying to get into it. I think I actually might try to reread it to see, but I could not get into it, y'all. It was boring. And like Farrah, she irritated me throughout the whole freaking journey, even in the first book. I'm like, girl, come on now. What's his name? I don't even remember his name. He seems cute, but like, come on. I wish it was, I'm sorry. I know this was like such a big book and everything, like Fourth Wing and everything, but no, this wasn't for me. And I don't get the hype of it. It was not intriguing. There was no excitement. There was no good story, to be honest with y'all. I did not DNF it, but I had to give it like a 1 star because it was not keeping my attention at all. So, I mean, if you like it, that is great for you. I am happy for you. You enjoyed that series, but for me, it just wasn't. It wasn't giving anything for me. All right, moving on to the last book, The Never List. Okay, so I was not, actually, I think this was kind of giving a little bit of ACOTAR, but not really. I guess in the sense of the cities. I don't know. But The Never List, I was expecting the smuttiest of the smut of book because of one girl, 4 guys kind of thing. You guys know me. I love to pick a book by its cover and then read about it later. Like, yeah, it's toxic, whatever. But that's just how I do. That's what I do. There's rare occasions where I like actually read the cover and see what it's about. When I'm looking for something different, I have to see. Anyways, that's beyond the point. The Never List is about the Kings of Chaos. There's 4, or not the Princes of Chaos, or Legends of Chaos. There's 4 princes, and they need to find one chosen woman to help them come to their full power and take over for the kings to awaken their mothers. So they host this annual ball to find a woman that can fulfill that, but none of the women can go all the way to the end, to the grand, I forgot what it's called, to go all the way to receive that title, you know what I mean, to choose them. Their powers get too intense for them, or they just can't handle it. And I don't mean just sexually, but like they can't handle them. They're different personalities, so they just take their title and go back to their cities. So each prince have a city, and they host the ball to pick one, and that is where Riley comes in. She's entering. She had to forge an invitation to the ball because she's in one of the lower cities where they're scrapping for food and just work all day, things like that, very poor. So she's living in poverty. And so she asked her friends to forge an invitation for her so she can attend this ball because she's looking for her sister. Her sister has been gone missing for a year, so she's only there to try to get some dirt on her sister. She ends up being chosen by one of the they call him the Nightmare. And she ends up being chosen by him because it was his turn to pick. And let me tell y'all, she is changing them. Well, not changing them, but she is persuading them, definitely, but she's not even mean to, because she is being herself. She's different from all the other potentials that they had in the past. And it is a very slow burn. I was not expecting that. It's a very slow burn, but the story and the world building is top tier to me. I really enjoyed reading it. The spice is just as good as the story. So I'm gonna just name off the princes. The first one she visited was the first one she visited was Cal. She visited his city, and he's all red. So he has the Ruby Air city, I believe. So he's all red. Things in his city is all red. And then the second one was Axel. And Axel has, Cal has powers that he can fly. I think he's very strong, things like that. And then Axel City is where he can control water. So he's set off on like the beach, and he has like the sapphire kind of vibe city. And then next was Pierce. Pierce has the power to read minds. So he's also dressed in green all the time. And then the last one is the Nightmare. They call him the Nightmare because he can control people. He knows how to control people, and he just has like this bad reputation. And it's obviously the Onyx. He's black, so everything is just black and beautiful city. So each one have their different personalities, and she spends a month in each city just getting to know them. And y'all, it's good. They are swooning over this woman and loving her, and she is finding herself to do the same with them. She's finding herself falling in love with them as well. But she's like, no, I am here on a mission, because if they find out who she really is and what city she's really from, that could end her up, you know. And because she's technically not supposed to be there, so her friends have to forge everything. It's a really good series. It's a really good read to me. It was a nice little fantasy, something different, you know. So if that sounds like something you guys are into, I definitely recommend that. So all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you like what you see, or you want to see more recommendations or opinions on different type of books, please don't forget, please like and subscribe to my channel, and also comment down below. I love to know what you guys think and what you guys read. Maybe I can read that book as well, or I have read it, and we'll talk about it together, y'all. But yeah, if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. And if you like, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.